5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turntables activated. Get ready.
The most versatile hip-hop radio station in the world.
You can talk about us, but you can't talk without us. Phenomenal radio. We are what radio should be. You could listen to one of those other stations, but what would your friends think?
Holy where'd you find this?
You're locked into the number one online radio station.
Here we go!
It's not that your radio sounds strange. You just found the station that plays what you like.
Phenomenal radio.
Radio just got a lot more fun. Thanks for listening.
Phenomenal Radio, PhenomRadio.com, Phenom Streaming, Global Audio Forensics. We are the most versatile hip-hop station in the world, where we take the power of the industry and put it in the hands of the independent. I'm your brother at Slate Stone Music, anywhere online, in here with my brothers on Audio Forensics with a phenomenal guest today for you. We hope that you tune in and enjoy what's going on, do some research on the artist, the brand, the guest that's going to be dropping some jewels on this journey today. And again, hashtag the plug room, hashtag audio forensics, hashtag indie advancement. Any one of these brands you see and or hear on the stream, wherever you may be watching the simulcast, we definitely appreciate it. And I'm going to pass it. Dick James, what you got?
Peace and blessings to everybody checking in. How y'all doing today?
Good, brother.
We have a very special guest today from Birmingham, Alabama. He is currently the lead singer of one of the world's most renowned original groups from what we call back in the day, the Original Platters. And he is the ZBT, Southern Soul Music Awards, multiple award recipient. And he is also known as the Velvet Voice. I'd like y'all to welcome today our very special guest, Mose Stovall.
Peace, peace, peace. Blessings to all, man. Good evening, man. I want to thank the plug room for having me. I want to thank Big James, man, for believing in some of the stuff that needs to be believed in. The world is so full of stuff that people believe in that's not true. But I want to thank this brother for being a pioneer, man. And just want to thank everybody that's in the room right now.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Despair.
Man, this is DJ Despair out of Winnipeg, Canada. I'm very happy to be here with you all. Street CEO and DJs on many networks such as Phenomenal Records. And glad to be here. So where did you start your career?
Oh, man. I'm going to say in elementary school, man. I was a young lad, probably third grade. I had a teacher that recognized my vocal ability, and I've been chopping ever since, man. I'm a musician as well. Started with the horn, playing the trumpet, probably in the fourth grade. So singing, playing the trumpet. I got a great history of music. My father's lineage. My father actually sang with the Platters as well. Yeah, that noise get to y'all too. Y'all hear that noise? But anyway, yeah, I had a noise come in. But anyway, long journey, man. I'm a musician all my life, man, since about 9 years old, and just one of them things I chopped away at. Worked the cellular world, worked for Honda Manufacturing for 20 years. And then I moonlighted with music, but I never stopped. Only did a year of college. I was a music major because I was so used to working and making money. I had to step away from the education thing. And I knew music was what I was going to be doing. So I just pursued it heavily, man. And I've been doing it every hour. I've worked with groups like TLC and the Young Bloods on the LaFace record label. I never signed a contract with them due to just some differences that we had. And but the Grammys, man, did an audition with 75,000 people from around the country, and they picked 7 people. I was one of the one that they picked. And not only did I get picked, the night of the when we went in to do the performances, we had sound check. I blew away the whole committee at the sound check, and they actually had me to open up the whole series. This was in 2001 at the Rialto Center in Atlanta. So I opened up the first Grammy showcase, urban showcase in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Rialto Center, and that's how I got hooked in with LaFace Records. Man, they were in the audience and really loved what I was doing. But like I said, due to differences, we couldn't come together on contract terms, so I never signed a deal with them. Which, if I had done that, I would be big as life right now. They would have done that, but
Did you,
it was just
did
yeah, it
you
was some.
meet Babyface?
I made everybody but Babyface. When you meet Babyface, you're
Oh,
in. Yeah, but L.A.
okay.
Reid, L.A. Reid, Tony Reid, all those cats is who I was dealing with. L.A. Reid is actually who did the first talks with me. He was at the show. So, just been doing this music thing forever, man, and just finding different paths, different ways, different avenues to actually express it. And I've written I'm on my fourth album. Maybe it'll be my fifth album this time. I finished my fourth album, but I released a slew of singles, man, and all that music is still available right now on all platforms where you can get digital music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. So with the history of music you mentioned and your father being part of the Platters and singing and you starting at a young age, fourth grade, playing the trumpet and at age of 9 doing music. This is a two-part question. When did you recognize the gift that you had for music and be like, when did you recognize it? How was that for you? Recognizing the gift is the first question. And the second is, what would you say makes Mose Stovall unique?
Well, I actually recognized it as soon as my teacher told me. I remember being younger than 9 and was writing different songs. I would write hooks and they would work. I would go on camping trips and different things with young people my age, and I'd make songs up and have everybody in the camp singing them. So I kind of knew when my teacher told me, she wrote me a letter. It was funny. She wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote my mom a letter, and I took it home. And I told my mom, I said, my music teacher said I can really sing. And my mom was not with it because her and my dad, their differences, whether he was talented or not, she was sick of the music and her men. And here I am coming along saying I can sing as well. So she kind of shunned it away from the letter, told me, she took the letter and tore it up, threw it in the garbage can, and told me to sit down and eat dinner. And but even though she threw that letter in the garbage can, I didn't throw my talent in the garbage can. I knew then, going to my dad's shows, I'd be in my pajamas watching him sing. And he said he knew because he saw the look in my eye as I watched. I paid attention. I wasn't playing at the show, running around like a little kid. I was sitting there watching like an adult. So I was actually taking it in, taking it all in. So through the years, I honed my skills. And, man, it just gives me pleasure to be able to share my gift to answer the second part. What makes me unique, man, I have my own style. I don't write any records that sound the same. All the records I've done over the years, each record has its own unique blend of harmonies. Whatever style I seek at the song, I capture, and that's what I put out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, brother. One more question before I pass it off to my brother Dick James. When you're creating and writing the music, Mose, how does that process work for you? Do you see images? Do you start with music? Is it certain frequencies? What does your mind go through in the creative process of writing a hook or an arrangement or music or whatever it is you're doing when you create the art?
It depends. You can call me and say, "Hey, man, I want to do this record," and you can give me a subtitle. You can tell me, my old lady ain't doing whatever, and I want to write about it. So whatever subject you give me, I can take that, man, and write you a song. For example, I have a song out called "These Papers" that I did with Tara Keefe out of Mobile, Alabama. She called me. She was hurt and upset, going through a divorce with her husband, and she just kind of talked. We were just talking, and I wrote the whole song. There's a video on YouTube about it. And so if you give me a subject, I can pretty much write to it. Now, on an everyday basis, I probably write a song a day, sometimes 2 or 3. It depends on what's going on in my life. I can hear a certain song and be creative to take it and do something else with it and make it a song. So it just depends on the situation. But I can pretty much write a song from listening to a track. The producer might send me a track with no ideas. I love it when he sent it to me with an idea. Then I immediately write the song. And I mean, I can sit down and pen it in 10 or 15 minutes. But It just depends on the situation, man. What we need at that time.
Yes, sir. And when you writing those songs, for instance, one song, the song you mentioned, I think the artist's name was Tara Keith.
Mm-hmm.
How do the words come to your mind? How does your mind work with that? Do you put yourself in the position of the subject? Where does it flow from out of you?
Yeah, I become creative as if I'm writing a movie. I saw the video and everything when I was writing the words because her problem was he wouldn't sign the papers. So I titled it These Papers, and from there, um, I was able to just be creative. I'd already been through a divorce myself, so it was easy to put myself in that situation. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. James.
Yeah, you're a very harmonious brother, and through your gifts, how about you tell the panel and tell the listeners some of the most beautiful places that you've been fortunate to travel and to perform around the world.
Oh man, through my travels, I've been very fortunate, very blessed. Um, I'm sitting here now at home, but this is the first time probably in 20 years that I haven't been in right now, been in the Philippines. Every year for 20 years, I was in the Philippines for Christmas or some part of Asia. For 20 straight years, I traveled from Atlanta to the Philippines, from the Philippines to Singapore, Singapore to Thailand, Thailand to Malaysia, Malaysia to Guam. And in those travels, man, I touched places like Dubai, Barbados, Australia twice. I always tell people, what black man been to Australia? But I've been there 2 times and on tour. And man, Fiji Islands, Bora Bora, Tahiti, places that normal artists, even top notch R&B artists, A-list, they don't travel to these places, man, and do these tours. I was fortunate enough to, like I say, be linked in with the Platters, and then we got with a promoter out of Asia, and he saw us on a cruise liner. We worked a lot of cruise liners, world cruises, where they fly us into Ireland, fly us to the UK, fly us to Germany, fly. That's how I got to Dubai, Egypt. I've been to Africa. Oh man, Kuala Lumpur, places that are very beautiful and very unique in their own style. Sri Lanka, for example, is an Indian type of place right off the coast of Africa, and the elephant is their symbol. And to be able to go there, man, and actually eat the food, see the culture, be a part of the culture, and actually, people ask me all the time, they understand these words, man. Music is universal, so that's what makes it easy to be able to write music because people understand music whether it's in English or whatever it is. They understand whatever language it's in. Music is understood. So being in English, it makes it real easy for people that don't even speak the language to be able to captivate what you're trying to give them. They capture it, and my travels, man, I've been places I probably can't even remember, in this world. But like I say, Valentine's Day has been my big thing to be in Asia for 20 straight years. So of course I ain't had no problem with the women for Valentine because I ain't been here. So it kind of make it easy for me to be at home by myself right now too. I live alone, and so my mind is kind of wide open to whatever I want to do. I'm actually getting ready to go to the Philippines again, but we've moved everything to March since COVID. COVID kind of shifted out everything that we were doing. So selling tickets and the whole 9 yards have been different, but we still going. I'll leave next month, end of the month, and it'll bleed over into April, man. So I'm still fortunate, still blessed. We got about 3 years left on this 5-year contract, and I'm looking forward to getting over there, man. It's a downtime for me. Of course, we get over there and do a lot of shows, doing a lot of traveling, but I'm able to actually be in peace, man, because I don't drive a car. I don't cook an egg. I don't do nothing, man. I sit there and be in peace and be creative. I write a couple of songs while I'm there, too, because I ain't got nobody calling my phone, nothing.
No distractions. No
No distractions.
disturbances.
Yeah, none at all, brother. All I do is have to show up for showtime, for sound check and showtime. That's the only thing I'm responsible for when I'm overseas.
Well, me and you've been running across the country since like 2017, 2018.
Love,
Rest in
love.
peace to our partner, son of
Yes, sir.
Joey.
Yeah, love, man. Love.
All
He's in
throughout the
he's in
South.
my video. He's in that These Papers video. Y'all ever get to
Most,
go check that out,
yeah,
man.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
We've been to Indiana, we've been to
Yes, sir.
Kentucky,
Yes, sir.
we've been to Tennessee,
Yes, sir.
Mississippi, Alabama,
Yes, sir.
Georgia,
Yes, sir.
Louisiana,
And we're getting ready to go to
Texas,
South Carolina, man.
bro.
We get ready to do that March 8th, man. I'm looking forward to that. And while we're talking about that, I just picked up tickets from the promoter, man. I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama, May the 24th. Me, the Isley Brothers, Pokey Bear, and Lattimore and others, man. So fortunate to be on some big tickets, big bills here in the States, too, man. I opened up for Frankie. Man, I can't tell you how many times I've been on the road with Frankie Beverly, the OJs, just so many, Millie Jackson, Betty Wright, the Whispers. And I'm talking about doing my solo stuff without the Platters. I'm fortunate. This thing here with the Isley Brothers is a solo thing I'll be doing. So my hats off to you, Dick, man. All the stuff you do and all the awards that I've gotten from your platform, all the recognition that you give others, man. I watch and I recognize the things that you do, and it's instrumental to the independent artists, man. It's very important for people to be able to connect with us without the major platforms, man. Your platform is major to me.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I want to say this real quick, and then I'm gonna let Despair weigh in because this right here is very important and it's vital. I don't know if you have taken a look at it and see it in the way that I'm about to give it to you, and then again, I'm sure it you if you haven't this particular, then you have something similar to it. But you and your father, Big Eddie,
Yeah.
Father Eddie Stovall, you
Yes, sir.
know, are pretty much the same as Gerald and Eddie Levert.
Yeah, I get that a lot, man. We get that from a lot of people. Him and I are very unique on stage together. You can't find two better entertainers at the same time. When we chopping the stage up together, I've written a couple of songs for him, man, and it's amazing when I pen these songs how easy he sings these records, man. At 70, he started singing Southern Soul with me or blues with me independently in 70, when he was 73. He turned 78 last Sunday. Man, this brother takes a song, man. I have one idea about it, but this dude is bad. My daddy, man, my pops, he bad, man. So I'm just a baby pops, when it comes to me and him. This dude take music, man, and he takes it to a whole nother level. He's got that David Ruffin Temptations kind of bravado, man, that he puts out. And like I say,
Real
he'll take us
picnic.
right, that boy. He takes a song, man, and just own it, man. And I appreciate him. He makes it real easy, man, when we go in the studio and all his ad libs and stuff he make up after I make the song. It's unreal, man. The way he performs. So in the studio, he's the same, and he's a stand-up guy, man, real down
Yep.
to earth, all that talent, and he still acts just like me, just normal and about our business, man. And of course we got haters. If you're doing something, you got haters. If you ain't doing that, then ain't nobody hating on you because they ain't got nothing to hate on. But we love throughout all the hate, man, because I always tell the haters, man, y'all putting fuel in my rocket, and you hate me because of my talent, then that's your problem, man. I can't do nothing but love you and keep it rolling, bro. So I'm looking forward to doing some of this stuff we're gonna do, man. And I know March 8th isn't the only stop. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling because we already talking about doing some stuff in June for Juneteenth and all them different things. And matter of fact, I might need to fuel up the jet for real because I got to be in Mobile the next night, March 9th, man. So I'm gonna leave that rolling early in the morning when we do South Carolina, man.
I got you. I definitely got you. One more thing before I let you get out of here real quick and talk to Despair. Unfortunately, due to technical issues, we're not able to cue your music and things of that nature.
Okay.
But I often tell you who you remind me of, who you reflect on, and things of that nature outside of your father. And so I want you to give our listeners just a small sample of, one of the greatest of all time. Rest in peace to Luther. If this world was mine.
If this world was mine, I'd place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. If this world was mine, and on, man. I could go forever with that Luther, man.
Yeah, you can go forever. You can go on and on with Luther, Teddy, I mean, shit, you name it. I just want the people to be able to feel what I have been feeling for a long time. It's inspiration, bro. It's motivation, and it's a warm feeling. You are truly, indeed, the Velvet Voice. DJ
Amen.
Despair.
And I'm just happy to meet you in person. Like I've seen the stuff you've done, looking up on the stuff that Tebow's posting and everything, and background that you have. How does it feel to be standing up where your father is?
Oh man, it's unbelievable, man. My mom passed in 2010, and she was fortunate to see me do this thing with him. And after throwing the letter in the garbage can, to see her be happy about what I was doing, it did me great. It did me great service, man. To know that I'm doing what I love, because that's what she saw. A lot of people say you get it from your dad. I think God gave us both just the same talent, man. And I stand on it, and I lift him up, keep him lifted up. And I tell people all the time, they're like, "Well, your dad wasn't really," because my dad left my mom when I was 5, but he moved way out to California to pursue his career, and he did. That's how he hooked up with the Platters, Hank Ballard, and he actually was on Durley Records with Barry White and the Whispers. So he had a group called the Superbs, man, and they still make noise every year. They do stuff with Peaches and Herb and Atlantic Star, and so he still got a couple of branches that he touches away from the Platters, man. And my dad actually was a Platter longer than any living Platter from the original group. And he was in Zola Taylor's group, the lady, because the Platters had one lady. And all the Platters originally, the original group only lasted 4 years, man. And everybody broke off and had their own, individual group from that name. So, to this day, man, you still have to get the rights reserved to that name. It's a whole lot of loops you got to jump through, man, legally to actually be able to keep licenses to be able to perform these songs under the umbrella that we do, man, and travel like we do. We got a tour set up for this year. I'm not even talking about the overseas stuff. I'm talking about right here
So
in the States.
Mm.
so
Talk to
so
me.
do you gospel events and also too?
No, I've penned some gospel songs though. A couple of gospel artists called me, and of course, I sang in church, but I really don't do the gospel arena because I know how hectic that can be with what I'm already doing. So I try to stick to one gun and just be able to put the hammer down on it, wear it out, and then leave church for church.
So now with the R&B that's out these days, I'm loving the old school R&B. I'm loving the harmonizing. I'm loving the how was it called back in the day? The do it's missing, and then a lot of these kids now are actually taking into and all that stuff
Oh yeah,
again, and people are buying vinyl, and the real is back because I'm sick of auto tune. You know what
oh
I
man,
mean? And
right, right,
these songs these days, but I'm tired of hearing like I miss up to Jodeci. Jodeci got a little borderline, but they
right,
still kept
right,
so
right,
and the and the whole jagged edge and all that vibe.
right.
There's no dancing anymore. There's
No
no. It's
dance,
all twerking.
no
There's.
dancing.
How do you talk to women at the end of the night when slow jams are not being played no more?
Right. Everybody's line dancing to everything too,
You
man.
remember when the DJ used to slow down the night?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Ain't nobody belly rubbing anymore. Everybody's like I said, line dancing is taking over. Country is coming back. Southern soul is definitely saturated, and it's here. So Southern soul is kind of taking the place of that old school R&B that you talk about. Because even in my music, if you listen to it, I can be very different in the way I articulate. I've got a song, for instance, called "No Justice, No Peace." There's a video on it as well on YouTube. I pinned that because of what's going on in the streets. Actually, George Floyd's situation made me pin that. Me and my producer got together. Let's do a song on this, and we did. And then you go listen to the last song that I put out, and it's titled "Big Daddy." It's got a video on YouTube as well. Nothing but old school R&B, man, in that Big Daddy song. You got to go check it out. And there's a video. I mean, with me and a young lady on it, produced by my man Kevin. Two Buck Chuck. Two Buck Chuck did it. Kevin Binion, he did the No Justice, No Peace.
Question I want to ask for all artists: How do you rate for people also?
Oh yeah, like I said, if I get the call, I don't run around looking for them. But if I get a lot of calls, I do a lot of studio work here in Birmingham and Atlanta, sometimes in Mobile. But yeah, I write for other people all the time.
Salute you on that. Just you keep the talent to just like just singing, but if you can make it as good on your lyrics, it's amazing, and I salute you
Right,
for that.
appreciate that, man. Yeah, the writer. I also learned the writer gets 50 cents on the dollar, so it make a lot of sense to me. 50 cents on every dollar that the song make the writer gets it, man. So
50 plus, right?
yeah, yeah. So you got to be on top of your business too. I want to tell everybody that's an artist, man, and just making music up a disservice because you got to know the business to be in business because you can make it's a business. Just like opening up a store. You can't put stuff on the shelf and sell it for the same price. You know what I mean? Or sell it for cheaper than what you buy it for. So it's the same thing with the music. If you got somebody, those labels mainly, man, and you listen to the real A-list artists, Prince and all of them, man. Rest in peace to those brothers. They had been through the ringer, and I'm just lucky my lawyer wouldn't let me, because man, I wanted to sign that contract, man. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all, because I wanted to be famous, man. You know, you're a young black kid from the projects. You've been living in the projects, 16 years of your life, and feel like you ain't got nothing. When you look back on life now, we had it all, man. The love was there. The family unit was there. Grandma, Big Mama was there. All this stuff we got now, man. Jeezy got a song that said I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. We lost in that everything, man. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So these cell phones, all this stuff that they gave us that we couldn't even get in the beginning, and I know y'all know that. Getting a cell phone, you had to have some kind of credit, or you was gonna pay $1 a minute for these phones, man. But now, kids walking around with cell phones at 2 and 3 years old, man. Uh, I know my folks wouldn't have bought me no cell phone to talk on. So I'm just saying, man, if you got to handle your business in life and not let this stuff take over what you believe in, because these kids now they're not gonna know because history's being erased daily right now, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You touched on a few things, and one I definitely want to ask you about before we proceed. You talked about the devices and how it changes the landscape of things. My first question is, how have you seen that affect the music with where you came from, the technology, good and bad? What's your perception or opinion on that?
Oh yeah, it's definitely good and bad in it. The good, you don't need a label. Everything's digital. You can upload songs yourself. All these apps and platforms that are out there, the independent artists can win. And that goes back to me saying, handle your business, do your paperwork, make sure you know the business so you can do the paperwork. And then the bad, man, I mean, just it's too saturated. People can get into your stuff. They can tap into your stuff without you knowing. Everything can just be lost into this technology, man. Everybody's got it. The good in that, everybody can see it. You can share it, but like I say, everybody's got it, so it makes the competition way, way, way up there. And if you're not good and consistent, you ain't doing nothing. You got to be consistent, man.
Yes, sir. And my second question, you mentioned about the time where you could have signed that contract and did that record deal because you wanted to be famous, but you had a lawyer or some advice that advised you other than that. Now, with all the successes you have had since that point, looking back, we can all say woulda, coulda, shoulda, but my question is, did you get any type of blacklisting or blackballing from those that felt like we're offering this to you to make you famous and you turned it down? So now we're not going to let you do this, or we're going to push you here. Did you experience any of that, or was it
Definitely,
just okay?
definitely, man. Those power is people out. A lot of people have power. Money is power, and I went through a period where things were being blacked out, blackball, blacked out, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, definitely, if you don't play the game, you can be to blame. You understand? And to me, if you play the game for too long, then you're gonna get caught up in it. So my lawyer saved me from playing the game because that's all it ends up being. And you get all these contracts, man, and the contract might say $1 million, but then if you don't know the black print, the small print, where they getting some certain amount of publishing, and you getting almost none of the publishing, and then they got all these recouping situations on the contract. They're gonna recoup even a little bit that you're getting. TLC went through some things, man. Nobody wants to go through as an artist. So did Tony Braxton. So many great artists that we know wasn't making any money, man. They look good. The people had them looking good. They put the clothes on them. They put them in the cars. Those cars were not even new. They leased that stuff to them. You're paying for M&Ms that you eat in the studio, down to the candy, man. So I learned not to touch anything. Go in and handle my business. It taught me a lot. Go in and handle your business and get on about your business. Be on about your business because the game will put you into the blame. And like I said, he saved me, man. He really did. When I look back on it, because I've actually worked more as an independent artist to me than I would if I was signed to somebody and having to share the accolades and the money. I don't have no middleman. When I go to the bank, it goes straight to me. I ain't got to worry about somebody getting a cut off of it. And so he saved me big time, man. And I'm indebted to him forever, but he don't want anything. I call him all the time. He just tell me keep going, man. Just keep doing your thing, bro. I'm good. So my hat's off to him, man.
Yes, sir. James.
That's shout out to Reggie McDaniel.
Yes, sir.
That's our brother.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding brother. And he represents civil litigation and black-owned business and companies all around, the South, originally from Birmingham, but now
Yes, sir.
has office and locations out in Dallas, Dallas, Fort Worth. So when we run into some issues or business or anything economical or law, hey, we're going to give Reggie a call. And Reggie is
No
the
doubt.
man with the plan.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Reggie, man. Speaking of Reggie, man, I still do gigs through Reggie, man. Reggie's a stand-up guy. I was signed to the Soul First label for 2 to 4 years. I can't remember which one it was, but I didn't go forward again. We had a contract difference with that label, and I could have gone forward another year, and I wanted to opt out. And there were some things in the contract that I really didn't know anything about the option plans and all that. But we ended up working everything out to the good. And to this day, the brother still puts. A matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do his. He's actually from Homeland, Alabama, or something like that. And I'm actually getting ready to do his big reunion September 1st in this year in his hometown where he's bringing in my band and we're gonna go down there and entertain. We've already handled the paperwork, deposits. It's a done deal. So man, salute to Reggie, man. Reginald McDaniel, yeah, he's a stand-up guy, man.
Absolutely. All right, before we get out of here, any last words you want to share that you want the people and the listeners to tap into, and also share your social media and your website where they can find you in your next coming show.
Right. All my music is available on all available digital platforms. Mose Stovall, the Velvet Voice. If you type in any of that, you'll come up with me. And like I said, man, homage to everybody on the platform. I want to thank you, brothers, for taking up the time of your day for having me on, man. I want to thank everybody that's able to see what we're doing, whether it's recorded or live. My hat's off to you. But I want to continue to tell everybody to believe and what you dream. Your dream is yours. Be a dreamer and be a believer, and all those things will come true if you stay true to your consistency and how you move. If you faking, your fake gonna show. But if you being real, you can be the real deal. You ever see me do a show? I'm gonna touch everybody in the audience some kind of way because I come real. I ain't got no plan on how I'm gonna do these shows. Each show is a different show. Every time I step on stage, and I'm just gonna follow my heart, and my decisions are made from there. But you're gonna always have a good time with me, man. I'm gonna be truly in the house March 8th in Columbia, South Carolina. Looking for everybody to come out. I've got a couple of shows coming up that won't be in town. Some in Atlanta, a couple of shows in Arkansas. But the biggest show I got coming up so far is May 24th. You can look online right now. It's the Huntsville. It's called JD's Productions. It's the 28th annual Old School R&B and Blues Festival, man, featuring the Isley Brothers, man. And I'll be on show with Ron Isley for the first time. I'm looking forward to it. The promoter called me up, and I love when the promoter calls me, and I don't have to. I'm one of those. I don't crack into people's shows. If you don't call me, that means I ain't supposed to be on your show. But when guys like this call me, man, and say, "Hey, man, I want you on this show," and I've already sold, man. The show. I knew about the show a week ago. I've already sold a 56 passenger bus, and I'm working on my second bus now. 31 people in on it. So I'm looking to take a couple of buses from Birmingham up there with me, man, and get all these tickets sold, man, and just go have a real good time. The VIP tickets are $80. Bus ride is $45 with me, and we're gonna go up, man, and bless the people real well. We got VIP tent where we'll be sitting in the tent, and I'm gonna serve food and light refreshments and drinks for people to come really have a good time, man. So May the 24th, 2025, it's the Huntsville Speedway Dragway right there in Huntsville, Alabama, the old school R&B. And JD he's resting in peace right now too. But he was the manager, man, Joe Douglas, for Frankie Beverly and Mays, and that's how I got to do a lot of those shows. And I want to thank Ken Smith. Is continuing to carry the legacy for JD. That was his partner, so he's continuing to put me on these shows all over the country, man, where I can make some money and make some sense.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Anything else from my audio forensics analyst, Despair James?
Peace and love. Thank you to everybody that checked in with us. Likewise, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to share this platform with great artists like yourself, the Velvet Voice, Mose Stovall.
We're gonna work on bringing you to Canada. So,
hey, bro, I'm ready, man. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. I've been to Canada one time.
I see it.
Yeah, I've been one time. I did Toronto and Toronto, and I did a little place called Walden's Place in, man. You come in through Detroit, and I think it was probably like 40 miles out. It was going toward Toronto. That's how I got to Toronto. Actually, didn't do the show in Toronto. Just visited there and visited. That's exactly where it was, man. Windsor, Canada, man. And we stayed there. I was there maybe a week and a half. I did about 3 shows, all sold out, man. And it was a great time, man. Some of that video is online too. I'm ready to come to one of the.
So
yeah, we ready, man. Anytime you make the call. You make the call, we're gonna come running. Yeah, no. I'm ready for the cold, man. Cold or hot, we ready to get in the spot, baby.
We'll make it happen.
Right, we got family and we got Big Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Up for rotation, so we're gonna be supporting you, and you'll be able to see it on your Apple Music for artists.
Okay.
Indeed.
Phenomenal radio, baby.
Sound great, man. I appreciate the platform, man. You guys be good, man. Number love, man. Okay.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace.
The most versatile hip hop radio station in the world. Phenomenal Radio.